take those. We 100% take those.
First try, every try. Sorry for those of you that are listening and or watching on YouTube. You just missed the greatest save of all time. Hi, my name is Elon.
Plural.
Welcome to another Best of 5 episode. This is episode 400 and something. Right?
248.
Oh, well. 200 episode 248. Why did I decide to bring up numbers into this? I don't know. But my name is Elon, and I am here with the main squeeze, the Ace King, the offsuit, the Jurek. Steve, how's it going?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's going.
It is going, yeah.
Like there's just so much happening right now that it's hard to keep track. It's been a week. It has been a week.
Yeah. So, couple of things off the bat. First, I've made a lot of setup changes, including the fact that I'm running the entire show off of this little doohickey. It's called a Twiddler 3.
It's actually called Twiddler?
Yeah, see, look. Come on, focus. There it is. Twiddler.
Oh,
it's the third one. So no more Elgato Stream Deck. Sorry, Elgato. If you had chosen to partner up with us, maybe I would have made more effort to use it. Next, I wanted to shout this out. I know this is probably very insignificant in the greater scheme of things, but in the eyes of Capcom, we are now press. So thank you, Capcom. So we'll be able to cover their stuff a lot better. Big ups to Capcom, the Capcom lords over there. Oh, I forgot about this. This one's important. You kids like Reddit? I've never been on Reddit until this past week, where I have officially made a Best of 5 subreddit. So you can go to reddit.com/r/BestofVShow. We are now on Reddit. So go post stuff over there. I don't know how it works. I was trying to go around and see stuff. I'm clueless. But if Reddit's your thing, go post stuff on there. As long as it doesn't break TOS, please.
Please.
Yeah, and for all of our other socials, you can just go to bestofvshow.com. It'll send you to a giant list of everything. So, big ups. Now, Steve, we got some post-mortems. We got some block grabs. We got some Dragon Ball Fighters patches. Who'd have thunk? DNF Duel's out. I've been playing it. Have you?
I haven't been playing anything.
Yeah, I know.
I had a doctor's appointment. I've got a move I got to prepare for. Like, we're getting a house. It's like
it's almost like you're living life, Steve.
Almost. So close. It's just slight, maybe not living the whole life, but I'm living like 93% of life right now.
93% is a pretty good percent, Steve. With all that said, speaking of 93%, we had a very eventful weekend with CEO, and rumor has it that over 93% of CEO is going to be on the recap.
I would say it's a little closer to 100.
So 100% of CEO is going to be on the recap.
In some way, shape, or form.
Nice. There we go. Sorry, I was just hitting the wrong button. Also, Blue said payday tomorrow. 100%. Getting my big paycheck too, so everybody, let's go celebrate. Speaking of celebrating, for those of you that were listening to our countdown, I sent Steve the $20 for the Rumbleverse 20 wins. So we'll have a pizza party in the next couple of days. Speaking of, we're going to talk about the pizza bet that we made and the repercussions of that.
We don't have to.
Okay.
We don't have to.
I'm fine with skipping it. But anyway, Steve, I think it is time. We've stalled long enough. Will you please hit us with the recap? Say the line.
You said the line. That's the line.
Yeah, but you say the line. I have to make sure you're ready before I do the thing.
Look, I don't get ready. I stay ready.
Okay. Then, Steve, hit us with a recap.
That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, the big event of the weekend was CEO. Let's start with the pro circuits. The first event of the Panda Cup series, a key stop was CEO, meaning that for both Ultimate and Melee, 3 players would qualify for the Panda Cup finale. On the ultimate side of things, it was Sonics coming up from the Dominican Republic to take top honors, winning that belt, holding off Riddles in the grand finals. Toast rounds out the podium and snatches up the last qualifying spot. On the Melee side of things, it is Panda's Plup who won top honors, held off Magi in the grand final. Kem rounds out the podium there. All three of those players are heading to the Panda Cup finale. CEO was also the first event of the Tekken World Tour for 2022. And this top 8 had a very international flavor to it.
It was such a sick top 8. We'll talk about
Anakin. Oh yeah. Anakin is your winner, taking home the biggest haul of points, holding off Book. Joka coming over from the UK to get third. Gen, Rangchu, and Super Akuma. 6 different countries represented in the top 6. That is pretty darn sick. Outside of the pro circuits, you did have some other big tournaments. Strive was the game that closed things out on Sunday night, and it was Jonathan Tene who closed things out with a belt. He got a couple wins over Razzo, sent her to losers, and then finished the job in the grand final. Sent them to losers, excuse me. Hotashi, your moist boy, getting third. Super Noon finishing fourth there. On the Street Fighter side of things, there's a question about who's the number 1 player in the world. The still reigning champion is still getting it done. IDOM is your CEO winner, knocking off Mena RD in the grand final. Kudo, a Japanese player who is now currently based out in New York, finishing third. Punk rounding out the top 4, a much stronger performance from him results-wise compared to Combo Breaker. It was also a strong performance.
Steve, I was going to say before you move on, I just want to shout out Dr. African, Texas guy, making it over there to tie for 9th. Big ups to Dr. African. He's a super cool dude.
Also, Also, big performance from the Dominican Republic there. 3 players in top 16 coming up with Kaba and Louis Man. Just missing out on top 8. And then we talk about international flavors. You can't not mention KOF. It was a Mexican sweep of the top 4 places. Tamago, your winner this time, holding off Combo Breaker champion Violent Kane. Wuro Asamiya finishing 3rd, and Paco finishing 4th. F. Kane coming up from Brazil to make top 6, along with Canada's finest, Justin Wong.
Canada's finest.
Canada's finest. Juicebox and Romance rounding out the top 8. They're tied for the top American finishers.
Is that
in
Juicebox?
KOF.
Juicebox?
That's Juicebox.
Ooh, shout outs to Juicebox.
It's always Juicebox. Let's take a look at the other tournaments that went down. Of course, the most the one with the highest stakes, Def Jam Fight for New York, won by Joey Bag of Donuts, holding off the Gatekeeper. That I believe that's the 4th time that those twin brothers have made CEO Grand Finals in that game in a row. So, obviously, Wawa coming over from France to take the belt in DBFZ. Ren getting it done in Grand Blue. Justin had himself a nice weekend, winning both CBS 2 and Third Strike. Chris G taking the Marvel title. And, of course, Monarch getting the win in BBCF. Scrot Vermillion, your pick in Melty, once again taking the win there. Congratulations to all of those players. There's more stuff happening this weekend, especially if you're a Smash fan, because you've got 2 Smash World Tour events to look forward to. Get on my level, and Colossal. Colossal taking place in Lyon, France. Get on my level taking place stateside. VG Bootcamp will have both of those events. And then also on Saturday, you've got the Dragon Ball Fighters show to look forward to. So you'll get a chance to have a better look at post-patch DBFZ in action. And that is your recap.
Yeah, smooth outro of the recap. Thank you for the recap, Steve. The patented. What was the thing Efren said? Steve has all the deets you need.
I have the deets. I've got all the deets.
All the deets. All right. So let's talk about CEO before we go any further, because I was glued to my screen for most of it. I was a little jealous that I wasn't there. In some ways, I was not so jealous that I wasn't there. So there were lots of good sides, a little bit of the bad sides here and there. First of all, that Tekken top 8 was sick. It started off with Book picking Akuma against Super Akuma and then sending him to losers.
That is a statement. That is a damn statement.
Yeah, and then it was a team kill. Super Akuma getting team killed by Joka. Sad times. And then of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Anakin bringing it up. My pick to win, I think. So that'll be fun.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, the stage was super cool. They even had fireworks for the whenever somebody won, you just see like the spark shower happening in the background. Nobody knew how to react to that. It was really funny. Big ups to Jabali for upping that production, but I just feel like people weren't ready for it.
Man. The presentation of the stage was so big, and it was interesting, especially if you're a Smash fan, because there was that sort of disconnect. Smash had basically its own area, and there was, they had a ring, but they didn't have like the big lamp, the big ramp. They didn't have the lighting, so. I know a couple people were a bit salty about that, but this is one of those things where you can't really do everything in that one arena. But yeah, that was fun to watch. I was able to watch some Def Jam on Friday night. Mwah! David Banner doing work. That's all I need to see.
Now here's the other thing too. I did see our boy Blue was over there. They said they got 17th. They tied for 17th over in the Grand Blue stuff. So big ups to Blue. Yeah, man. It's just cool seeing events, man. It's tough seeing events, right? Because now we have that anxiety, of course, with the world. But it's cool seeing fighting games and people getting hype. There's even like a bodied edition. I think somebody took a picture of Justin Wong asleep, or Justin Wong took a picture of someone. I forget what it was. I saw it on Twitter. It was very funny. However, not all is great in Jabali Land, and not the arcade. I mean, CEO the event. Once again, man, this is the second time we've had this event in Daytona, and there have been a lot of reports of racist bigot shenanigans, which is extremely upsetting to hear because everything lines up so well, but, now you have a populace that does not line up so well with us in the FGC. It's really frustrating to hear.
It is, a lot of that is just unfortunately out of his control.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, just to do some housekeeping, their first event in Daytona was 2018. Mm-hmm. So they ran 2018, 2019.
Yep,
the 2021 edition went back to Orlando, but then they're back here for 2022. Jabali actually went to Twitter in response to some things. He said, quote, "If you attended CEO 2022 this year and have any complaints of your experiences outside/around the venue, could you please email them to me? I have a meeting with the new city management in a few weeks and want to share everything I can. Also, a few of the stories I've seen seem to stem around the liquor store/IHOP near the nightclub street at night. I honestly don't know what the future of CEO holds anymore because the stories break my heart from an otherwise perfect venue for staff and attendees. Things I've already spoken about with the city for the future. How would late night food trucks from 10 to 2 sound between the venue/Hilton and or private security around those corners? I have a lot on my plate for the future, but I'm doing my best to convey everything where I can." End quote.
Ooh. Man, shout outs to Jabali for like going above and beyond. I remember he had a meeting with like the mayor of Daytona last time when he started hearing of the racist shenanigans. Man, yeah, that's a frustrating problem to have, and it's something that is unfortunately way out of any of our control.
The takeaway is, I see a lot of people say, well, why not just move to Daytona? Move it back to Daytona. Put it in the Orlando Convention Center. Earlier this year, Jabali was tweeting out how if they ran the Orlando Convention Center, internet alone would cost $300,000. That's the price he gave on Twitter. It's CEOs in a spot size-wise where I don't know if it can necessarily justify that high cost in running that venue, but it's still too big for a lot of the other venues, especially the Wyndham, where they used to run and still run CEO Taku, which we'll mention in a little bit.
Yeah. Also, by the way, before we go any further, I'm even gonna do one of. Whoops. There we go. I'm gonna do one of these. I have to get on my knees here and apologize. I reached out to Jabali. I asked him to come on the show so we could interview him. And I typed out, "Hey, Jabali, congratulations on a successful CEO. Let's talk details, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to come on, blah, 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 blah." All of a sudden, he writes back, "I don't run Evo. Review canceled." And I looked back and I typed Evo instead of CEO.
Oh,
I'm such an idiot. So I'm taking this moment.
Look.
You can hold on. You can clip this out, put it on Twitter, tag him, whatever. Jabali, I'm sorry. I know you run CEO and not Evo. I apologize. Please come on the show and forgive me whenever you decide to forgive me. But Jesus Christ. And the funny thing is, it happened because I was in communication with Rick about trying to do stuff at Evo, and then went to message Jabali, and my brain sucks. So, Jabali, I apologize. I know you run CEO, and CEO was great, and I enjoyed it. Please forgive me and get on the show. Thanks. Whoopsies.
Look, coming from someone with experience, you get one per message.
Yeah.
You get one.
Yeah. No, and I'm
So
sure he was kidding, and I'm sure he's
okay.
like he's super busy. But still, I just wanted to take the moment to apologize on the show because that's bad. And we saw him at Combo Breaker too. Oh well.
Yeah, he came up and attacked us at Combo Breaker.
Yeah,
almost.
he was asking us about what did he say? He was like there was a back alley deal going on because I was handing you the foot pedals we were using.
Because we were set up in a corner. Still not the weirdest mid-interview moment with Jabali I have ever had. Back in, I want to say 2016, I was doing an interview with Kenny Omega, and Jabali came up and low-blowed him while I was talking to him. Just gave him one of these right between... right in the...
right
between.
So, I think all in all, the moral of the story is, Jabali, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Now,
we've got... Yeah.
Before we even get to the block wrap, I think it's important for us to resolve the bet. The pizza bet.
Do Do we really have to?
Yes. Steve, look, if much like the FGC, we here at Best of Five take our pizza bets very seriously. I didn't say that with a straight face.
Okay. First off, I need to explain myself. I thought I had some buffer to work with, so I made a couple of stretch picks, and I did not have the buffer I think I did. Do you want to...
Steve, look, I think I'm just going to say this, and I hope it's a lesson learned. No,
look, hold on. Put it up on the screen. Put it up on the screen.
Hold on. There's a lesson to be learned here, Steve. When things like this on this show were done with other hosts and other panelists, none of them knew what they were talking about. I know what I'm talking about, Steve. So let's take a look at this score, shall we? So these are the results of the pizza bet. Up top, Strive. I told Steve we cannot count this one. It's okay, because Tempest did not go, but I picked Hotashi and he came up third. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, he picked Mutace. I picked Tweak. Mutace took 17th. Tweak took 5th. Melty Blood.
That was one of my stretches.
Melty Blood, we got the 1-2. I picked Scrot Vermilion for first, and you picked Hyde for second.
And you picked first. So I could not do anything about that. It wasn't like I could have... You called dibs.
I did not call dibs, Steve. I was going to let you have first pick for everything, but you were the one that was like, no, you take first pick. So don't put that on me. Next.
Well, you still picked them, so I'm putting that on you.
Well, I'll just put pizza in my mouth. KOF. Romance tied for 7th. Violent Kane took 2nd. How about that? Street Fighter 5. Steve went with Just the Kid, who tied for 25th. I went with Mono, who tied for 9th. Tekken, you picked Gen. You said Gen was going to destroy everybody. He came up 4th. And the Lord, the God, Anakin, taken first. Def Jam, your stretch pick for EBT Daddy. Look, it was a good pick. It was a good pick.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't, because I knew Joey played. I knew Joey Bag of Donuts played. But I just thought, I thought I could give that one away because I felt really good about Street Fighter. I felt really good about Strive. I felt really good about Tekken. I felt okay with KOF. I felt okay with Smash. Melty, I was right about Hyde bouncing back.
Mm-hmm.
I was right about that one, but I knew once you pick Scrot, that was going to be tough. But I thought I'd get one of the other two, so I'd just give up Joey just to make it a little closer and make it a little entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happens when you don't finish your food.
Yep. Steve, this score is almost as bad as when the U.S. national soccer team took on the Brazilian national soccer team in 2009 in New Jersey. It was 8-0. This is 7-0. So, Steve, let that be a lesson. Don't give me no freebies. Get out of here with that. How did neither of us pick Punk or Idom? Look, Mono took second at, or he didn't take second at Combo Breaker. What did he take?
He won last year. No, he won CO last year.
That's right.
I had to go. Yeah, and I had to go with Mr. Midwest because he carried our asses in that 5v5.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, the 10v10.
The Street Fighter.
No.
It was a 5v5.
Yeah, the Street Fighter. Yeah, Street Fighter was 5v5. I'm thinking Tekken. Tekken was the 10v10.
Yeah, but Steve, let that be a lesson. Let that be a lesson.
So I got all the golden letters on me.
Now, with that said,
I got peed on.
It's all right. Some people like that, Combo Breaker was also won by Idom. I can't remember if. I remember Mono at least being in top 8. I don't remember how far he got. I think the finals Mena. No, the finals was Kaba IDOM, right? I'm already forgetting. Anyway, it's been a month. With the tournament over, we got some cool announcements, Steve. And by cool announcements, I mean cool announcement.
So top 3, by the way, IDOM, Kaba, Mono at Combo Breaker.
Yes. So they just subbed out the Dominican Republic representative. They swapped out Kaba for Mena for this top 3. Now, Steve, at the end of the tournament, we had some cool trailers. By cool trailers, I mean cool trailer. Oh, excuse me while I utilize this new technology. Put this up. Oh, it's not working. There we go. CEO Taku returns.
Yeah, if you remember, it was actually CEO Taku 2021 that was basically sacrificed for mainline CEO. In the land of Wawa and Popeyes.
Yep. So this is really cool. They got this voice actor who sounds so much like the JoJo's dude. But I don't think it's the JoJo's guy. Nor do I watch JoJo, so I'm just taking this at face value. People went crazy when they announced Rev 2 and Plus R in the arena. Same thing with Central Fiction and Cross Tag. There's so many games. Skullgirls, Type Lumina, and people freaked out about this one too. The actress again, current code. Uniclear, Grand Blue, Persona 4, Dragon Ball Fighters, and Windjammers. Oh, and most importantly, that's right, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle Remastered. September 23rd. It's coming up, Steve. It's like a month and a half away. No, 2 months away, sorry. There, they did the thing.
Of course. You can't have a CEO trailer without Jabali.
Yeah. But Steve, let's take a look at that lineup one more time, huh? Because that was a lot of stuff they named. And it's both Blaze Blues. DNF Duel makes its appearance. I think this might be the first big major that's featuring DNF Duel.
No. There's going to be stuff between now and then.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the side tournament at EVO is probably going to be quite sizable.
Yeah, very true. This is a stop in the Arc Revo World Tour, which was announced not too long ago. So I'm sure that'll draw up some people for Strive and DNF Duel, which we'll talk about DNF Duel a little bit later. Dragon Ball Fighters, which we'll also talk about a little bit later because there's a lot of stuff. Blue, if you're going, you better get top 8 so we can talk about you on the show. We got Guilty Gear Strive, Accent Code, Plus R, Rev 2, like all the Guilty Gear you can ask for. Both Melty Bloods, Skullgirls is making a lot of waves. Persona 4 Arena, Windjammers 2, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Under Night in Birth. I read those all out of order, but I got them all, I think.
That is a very sizable lineup.
Mm-hmm.
That is...
Does this break your template? No, right?
Well, I don't care because I'm going to be done by this time.
That is true. You are retiring post-EVO.
EVO / Vortex Gallery, I don't care anymore after that. Y'all can run 150 games in a 4-hour block. I don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. I'm gone.
He gone. Steve's like running out of here as fast as he can. But that was pretty sick. So big ups to Japali and the crew over there for a successful EVO and a successful announcement of CEO Taku. One last thing I wanted to mention about CEO is, of course, this topic is getting brought up again. Hungrybox tweeted out a picture of his winnings. He earned $75 for getting 5th. my favorite part of the overall response was Jabali quote tweeted it and said, "Do better next time." Way to go, Jabali.
Which, it's Jabali, so you kind of expect that. Here's the thing. Hungrybox has been very vocal about trying to get more support from Nintendo for the Smash scene. I don't think the ire is necessarily directed at CEO itself.
Yeah.
As much as it's directed at Nintendo for a situation where, hey, I made top 6 at a major tournament, which is supported by Nintendo. You're giving your blessing to this circuit. It's the only one that you give your blessing to. I make top 6. I don't even get enough to cover my entry. That is...
It does feel like a step back, right? Because we've gotten to the point where it doesn't. But you know who has given us their blessing is Arctic Shadow. Arctic Shadow with the Twitch Prime. And also, speaking of people hanging out with us, if you're watching this on the YouTubes or the podcasts, what's up? Hi, I see you. I feel you. Every night, something go on. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. If you can just hear the sound of my voice, thanks. Celine Dion.
Did you try to break into Celine Dion?
Yes.
Oh my! We need to block grab. We need to move on from this.
I think it is time. Hold on, sorry. I'm still getting used to this. It's a little bit of a workout with your fingers here. I think it is time for us to go over to A. Steve, get your mind out of the gutter. Block grab. I'm going slow so Steve recovers.
There's no recovery.
All right. Damn it, Steve. I mean, we can wait. All right. So, Steve, we're going to end chat. We're going to do a block grab. We're going to do a block grab. Steve, keep it together, Steve. All right. You know what, Steve? I'm going to mute you. All right, Steve, you can have your laughing fit over there. I've muted you. Now, we are going to do a block grab. All right, you good? You back with us?
Okay. I think so. I think we're good.
And India, why would you? Your laughing fit inspired NDO to gift us 10 community subs. So thank you, NDO, for your generosity. Big thanks, and everybody who got a sub off of that.
Thank you.
Thank them. Now you guys can use emotes. Wait a minute, all of our emotes are on the follow mode. I should probably do something about that. Anywho, speaking of emotes, block grab. Here's how block grab is gonna work. Since we don't have a grab emote, we're gonna do polls, and we're gonna let the chat decide. The chat will be the third man on this. We're going to block grab all of the CEO entrances. Remember, this is the big deal about CEO, right? People go to CEO to get top 8 to take these entrances. Everything else after that, it's kind of, whatever. So, we're going to have a block grab. We're going to really, put these entrances under the microscope and really make sure, that these people gave us the top 8 entrances that we deserve. So, first up, let me create this poll here. Apology Man is going to be the first block.
All right, let's
grab. We need to find a way of streamlining this, but also you can use your channel points to influence. And never mind. I'm going to turn that off. That's stupid. We're going to use it. You can use your channel points to influence stuff, but I didn't get that set up yet. So anyway, here is Apology Man's entrance.
A new Faust item? Hold on, bro.
Reveal a new Faust item.
Apology Man taking it upon himself.
Hidden
This-
the patch. This is what? Apology
Oh, wow.
Man exclusive item.
I missed this.
Look out for it. Just look
You
out
missed this?
Yeah.
Baghead himself.
See, it's a double because you've got that.
for it. He's shining.
Sorry, not
You think
sorry.
that's all? No, there's more.
What's in the bag?
in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Oh, that's right.
That's a
I did
Red
see this.
Bull hat. That's a Red Bull player. None
That
other
is one
than
hell of a
Apology
reveal.
Man.
That is
Welcome
a
to
pretty
the
solid
club, and
reveal.
make some noise
And,
for
you know,
Apology Man, yo.
all the sweeter
My
by
man
being
is
in top
now
8.
Officially part of the Red
Absolutely.
Bull crew as a player. That's what I like to see.
And there's a little more. There's a little more here.
Whether it comes to
Because,
events,
you know,
when
you
it
got
comes to
that.
playing in events.
Bam.
Oh, the
Scalpel.
Sponsorship, and my man got the scalpel.
That
Now you know he's
is
about to do work.
an absolutely well-crafted entrance. Go all, you know, from top to bottom. That is expertly done.
Ooh, but he went through the bottom rope, Steve. He went in through the bottom rope. All right, I've started the poll. You guys have a minute. Go vote whether you blocked or grabbed it. Steve, block or grab Apology Man's entrance?
That is an easy grab. Easy grab. I mean, even if you, first of all, the Red Bull reveal in and of itself, that's a dope way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you take that out, you know, you've got the commitment to the bag head, which was well done. You've got the scalpel, and you've got that steely look at the top of the stage.
Mm-hmm.
That is Intimidation 101. Easy grab.
So Steve has Steve's a grab. Now, here's the thing, Steve. This is a little tough for me, and here's why. First, I feel like the Red Bull hat was supposed to stay on Apology Man's head, and he was going to reveal it. Red Bull hat. Bam, big surprise. But maybe the hat came off with the plastic bag, the paper bag, the Faust head. Second, the one thing that I think I'm a little iffy on is the person who handed Apology Man the scalpel was a Faust cosplayer, right? You saw them wearing the lab coat. You saw them wearing the dress shirt. Did Apology Man just take this man's Faust head and claim it as his own? That's not perjury. That's the other bad thing. That's plagiarism. So, and then he went in through the bottom rope. Come on now. With all that said, I'm still going to grab because it was pretty sick. So, grab from me. Let's check the result of the poll. View results. 100% grab. So, the chat.
100% grab.
100% grab.
It's that easy. It's that easy. That was perfect.
Absolutely. Now, our next entrance goes by your Midwest boy, the Brian F.
If he would have came into the Wonder Years theme,
Okay.
I would have shed a tear, bro.
DMCA all over the place.
I know.
Ah, he's got a turtle.
So
Don't do that to your turtle, bro.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh, and everybody
Gotta
wants
love
a
it.
piece of the items. Okay.
and,
The trash is special.
and you gotta see what he does here. Gotta see. Points it there. You get some trash.
Right over here, Brian.
You got it.
Ow. Damn it.
The stinky thing.
Some
Yeah, that's
beautiful.
the Tengu trash.
Yes.
Big
Yes.
fan. I hope to see the Oro now.
Does he throw the turtle?
Turtle, please. Do not.
Does he
Heck
throw
no.
the turtle? No, he falls
He
asleep.
fell asleep. Yeah. No, you can't throw the
I
turtle.
was taking a nap. I
Gotta
see,
keep the
man,
turtle
this man
safe.
Lives that Oro life.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, Steve, block the grab.
Absolutely. That's an easy grab. Another easy grab. That's commitment to the character.
Mm-hmm.
That's great execution.
Mm-hmm.
And what else can you ask for that? Yeah, that's just well done. That's just mwah.
Yeah. The poll's almost over, but I'll go next. It's a grab, and here's why. While we didn't get the get up, the drip that Apology Man put up with the Faust head, the Red Bull hat, the scalpel. CEO. What does CEO stand for, Steve?
Community effort Orlando.
Yes. And Brian brought all of his friends, the community, with him to help him with the illusion of the Tengu Stone. So big ups to Brian F. That's a grab for me. Let's look at the results of the poll. Once again, 100% grab. So this is a grab in all ways that it can be a grab. Next. Steve, the next one goes by way of Guilty Gear Strive.
If you would have.
Now, which one is this? Oh, okay.
Razzo.
It's Razzo,
Dripping. I
looking
like the
clean.
style they've been bringing at tournaments recently.
Oh yeah,
Here-
oh yeah. One of the things
You've got
we got
the
a brand new
basic
Guilty Gear,
walk-up,
and I
which
love
we
the
saw a
Guilty Gear
lot
Razzo
of
attitude in our Guilty
this
Gear, man.
weekend.
Guilty Gear is a game
I don't know if we could
a
play
game of
what
personality. I love
they
to see
said.
it.
A game of showmanship. Yes, let me hear some noise
I-
for Razzo. Been
I'm
holding
not
it down.
100% sure.
Yo, I love
Maybe
the
maybe we
razzle,
can, maybe we
razzle
can't.
dazzle for your Sunday here at CEO 2022. You know I'm happy to see it because I want to see this Leo in action myself. I steal a lot of strats from Razzle. I'm gonna be real.
No.
I'll be real.
I still a lot of stress
I-
from my next participant, so you know.
Uh-oh.
Are we playing it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Daytona. I have two things to say. Trans rights
Talk to him.
Let him know.
and the Supreme Court.
Boom, got him.
Talk to him.
Boom, got him.
Boom, got him. You know, big ups to Razzo, of
Yeah.
course. Trans rights being something they're very passionate about, and the Supreme Court being a bunch of jerks. Also well deserved. Big ups to Razzo. So, Steve, block or grab.
I am going. Here's the thing. I think whether you like it, the entrance or not, is going to depend a lot on your opinion on those things.
Mhm.
But even if you set that aside, I feel like the whole point of the entrances is to show a little bit of your personality. They use the opportunity to show something real.
Mhm.
You know, whether you agree with or not, that's your prerogative. But for me, it's an absolute grab. Plus, you know, it's good Persona 5 cosplay.
Mhm.
And
Very true.
you can always appreciate good Persona 5 cosplay.
For sure. It's a grab for me as well. You know, it's I'm trying to word my feelings on this. Because at the end of the day, there is a part of me that's like, hey man, hey person, we're here to enjoy a weekend, you know, let's not bring politics. But at the same time, if we're trying to get away from politics, that's how you know politics has won first. And there are a couple people who don't have the privilege to enjoy their weekend with everything going on. So big ups to them for taking a stance and using their time for that shout out. I really do appreciate that. And that's a big old grab for me. All right, next. Another Street Fighter 5 entrance. Let's check it out.
Huh? Y'all got a choreography?
We've got Dempsey Rolls on the stage.
This,
You know what?
this
Not
was
bad.
one of the first
One
ones
individual in there that is very
in Street Fighter that was actually putting something into it. Here comes Smuggles.
Yeah, it's a shame we
I
couldn't hear
respect
the
it.
music,
You
of
try to
course,
kick
with
my
all
wall.
the
You know what?
DMCA issues. But man, the choreography, and then the trust fall.
The trust fall
That's trust.
into coffin dance.
Oh, I know what this is.
I didn't put the two and two together. That's hilarious.
Trust fall into EX coffin dance.
Man.
That is-
Hey! Oh, yeah.
Yo, smuggling the character.
I didn't
We
put the
don't
two and two
even
together.
With us, man.
We don't even need to run a poll.
This man is-
We don't even need to run a poll. This is 128% grab.
Well, Steve, I'm gonna run a poll anyway because I feel like our chat should get to participate. But man, the smug entrance, dude. Again, community effort, committing to the bit. You feel me? Chat, the poll's up. Go vote. It's important. Steve, we obviously know it, but go ahead and say it. Block or grab.
Grab all day. That is, you know, That's Smug in a nutshell,
Mm-hmm.
right there. You know, a little bit of style, a little bit of fun, but he executes at such a high level.
Yep, with the greatest
That
of ease,
easy
Steve.
grab. With the greatest of ease.
Yeah. So my favorite part of this entire thing is, I think like an hour or maybe at the beginning of the day on Sunday, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw Smug saying, "Hey, if you want to be part of my entrance, reply to this." And he got a ton of people. And I did not put the coffin dance. I didn't get it. I was having so much fun with it. I didn't even put the 2 and 2 together. So big ups for going outside of the fighting game, being creative enough to meme it out. I'm a big fan of the memers. So big ups to Smug. That's a grab from me as well. The chat, 2 people blocked, Steve.
Who blocked?
It was
Who blocked?
82%.
I just want to talk.
82% with the grabbing. 2 people didn't like Smug, I guess. Maybe they can't really do things with the greatest of ease like Smug can, Steve. Now, up next, let's go over to Tekken, shall we?
Yes.
With this.
And here he comes.
Super.
Ooh, he's
Got
stretching
the
it out.
Kuma music playing in the background, and then
Ooh.
bam.
The key charge.
The lone Akuma player still making waves out here in the TWT for this event.
Is that Fergus with the bikini on?
That might be.
He might be the lone Akuma.
Oh,
I did not. Oh man, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check his Twitter.
Poll has started. Steve, blocker grab.
That is, you know what? It's close for me because there wasn't really a whole lot after the pose.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's just sort of like it's cool for 5 seconds and then nothing else. But what I liked is the bounce right after. If you can pull that up again.
Wait, say again?
If you can pull, are you able to pull it up again?
Or what are we looking
So
at?
obviously,
Okay.
right here, the
Let's
bounce,
go.
the energy. That is height. That is energy. He is actually feeling it. That, for me, sells me on it.
Mm-hmm.
Even looking at Fergus in a bikini, I gotta say grab.
Mm-hmm. Steve, I agree. I'm gonna grab as well, and here's why. They did the key charge animation. Super Kuma did the key charge animation, which was pretty sick. But they actually key charged, right? Like after they did the thing, they were pretty pumped. The energy was there. I'm a fan. I'm grabbing it. You know who's not grabbing it, Steve? Our chat. 67% decided to block the Super Kuma entrance. Granted, after everything we've seen, I guess it is slightly lacking in the production value, but I think I see the raw energy where I sees them. I guess our chat doesn't care about the raw energy, so the chat blocks. Sorry. So there you go, chat. You did it.
You know what?
You
That's
have the
fair.
power. Now, Steve,
That's fair.
we got 2 more.
Yes.
Here we go. This is our second to last block grab.
Yo.
The other super.
Full sword with him.
Yo, Lazarus. Super noon.
Let him know.
Yeah.
My goodness, this is
Here,
heavenly.
right? This is.
Got the cosplay, carrying the stick. He also tweeted out,
Please.
I'm tweeting this
He just
during
said,
my
"Don't
entrance
worry, I got you."
LMAO.
I got y'all at home.
Bonus, that's worth a couple bonus points. Collecting the cards.
Are those Pokemon cards?
Bonus points for that. Just don't blow the entrance. Don't blow the entrance. No!
Oh, no.
No!
Oh, no. They went through the bottom rope and ate it, Steve.
No. It's like Tony Hawk. You can do all the tricks you want, it doesn't count if you don't land it at the end.
Yeah. Ooh, Steve, block or grab?
I have to block. It's sort of like, you know how in the Olympics, like there's a maximum score you can give to a gymnastics routine if they miss it.
Mm-hmm.
It's that sort of case here. I everything was going good right up until the end, but then it just all fell apart. So I have to block.
Yeah. Steve, I'm going to block as well, and here's why. First, could have had a better tweet. Let's be real here, right? Like, tweet a picture or something. Come on, man. Second, they picked White Ram afterwards. Third, they botched the ring entrance. So that's a block for me. And a block for our chat as well. 82% decided to block Steve. So all around blocks. I'm sorry, Super Noon.
Fantastic player. Would have been a fantastic entrance had you not just dropped the bag, fumbled the bag at the end.
Try again next year. Get yourself to top 8 and give yourself another shot next year. All right. Lastly, we have one more, Steve. Our final block and or grab. As soon as I figure out what I'm doing here. Here we go. Our last block grab of the night.
This one we will probably have to mute once.
Oh, it's supersonic
goes
racing.
on
It's
YouTube.
fine, Steve. It doesn't get hit.
Are
on
you
YouTube.
sure? Okay. This is Wadi, by the way. Handshakes. Handshakes all around.
Don't look back.
One offered to you, the viewer, at home.
Come on now.
And then the
race.
rev up.
Supersonic racing. Dude, this song is so good. Dude, Supersonic Racing is such a banger. Man. And it's the even better part is that it's from arguably the worst Sonic game to ever be created. It's Sonic R, which has a crazy great soundtrack. Not such a crazy great game.
Are
Steve.
you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that? Because
Have you ever played Sonic R?
have you ever played Sonic 06?
I have. Have you ever played Sonic R?
Yes.
Have you ever driven a
think
tank without a steering wheel, Steve?
You think Sonic 06 is Sonic R? You can at least play.
Steve,
It's
like
not
driving.
a great experience, but it's actually playable.
Look, man, driving a tank without a steering wheel, that's Sonic R. All right? Sonic R is not great.
Driving a tank without
I like
a
the
tank
game.
is Sonic 06.
Hold on. I like the game, Steve. I like Sonic R. The soundtrack is banging. While the game doesn't feel great to play, it can be fun sometimes. Sonic 06 at least had a little bit more to it in a packaging that was not so great. And then Sonic made out with a human person, which made it really weird. Now,
Some
anyway,
people were really into that, though. anyway,
block or
Wadi,
grab, Steve?
I just felt a little uncomfortable when he was staring into my soul and revving up. You know, I got a block based on that alone.
Oh man, Steve, I disagree with you. That's a grab, 100%. Anybody who picks a banger of a soundtrack like that deserves a grab. I'm a fan, and you know what? They took care of us, the viewers. They exchanged us the handshake, even though we were at home. They made us feel at home while we were at home. So big ups to Wadi. That's a grab for me. Our chat's also completely split down the middle, 50-50. This is the first 50-50. It's more than 50-50, Steve. Now, Steve, you asked me to pull something up here, and I think this might be the best time we can do it.
We did get some confirmation. It was not Fergus who was in that bikini. But rather Florida Tekken commentator Foxhound. who happens to look a hell of a lot like Fergus, as evidenced by their handshake there, like the mega powers colliding. So, sorry, it was not Fergus you saw in the Super Akuma entrance. Just someone who almost looks like Fergus. You're muted, Alon. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. We cannot hear you. Okay. While Elon is doing that, we're having fun here. Let's talk about perhaps the death of a god tier, maybe. DBFZ yesterday saw the release of a major patch.
Hello?
And this patch, yes, we can hear you
back?
now.
All right, great. Go
You
ahead.
are back. This was a patch that was meant to bring balance to the game. A lot of characters got touched. A lot of general mechanics got touched. But one character got touched a lot.
That's gross, Steve.
That's a lot of people would say the character was gross before getting touched a lot. And that was Android 21. This was the character that was so strong, they were banned at CEO. There were talks of banning her at Combo Breaker before they decided it was too close. But she got a series of changes in this recent update, and all of them were nerfs. Every single one. Take a look at, if we have that up, her Savory Slicer got less block stun. Photon Swipe is slower now. She has more recovery on her Z-Charge, more recovery on her Total Detention Ball. Her heal has reduced damage and increased scaling. But the big changes that everyone was looking forward to was Photon Pulse. This was the debuff, which if she hit, it was a 21% nerf to your character's damage, a 21% buff to her damage that lasted for the entire fight. She could hit it off of pretty much anything, including if you were in block stun. Or hit stun, excuse me, so she could combo into it. You can no longer hit it in hit stun. The damage was reduced, the scaling was increased, and it also loses some of the invincibility that it had. So that move got hurt. It's still a question whether or not she's still top one. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I haven't played or really looked at DBFZ in a hot minute, so I don't think I can say whether she's still really good or really bad, but the general consensus is that she's fine. The other thing too is there was a lot of really overarching system changes. I think they buffed sparking. I've seen a lot of tech of characters being able to get into loops. Go into loops without having to use meter or without having to use assists. And the really interesting thing, I think, and I really wanted to bring this up, is with this new change, with characters being able to get into loops without using meter, getting a lot of damage. Adult Gohan can now do mega damage without having to level up. It's kind of crazy. The game's getting pretty wild. My question is, what is the difference between what's happening with Dragon Ball FighterZ, with where the game is at right now, and Marvel, right? Marvel's got lots of loops, lots of crazy conversions from everywhere without having to use meter, maybe sometimes assists. So I've seen a lot of people kind of really show their negative outlook towards this patch I think my question is, as somebody who hasn't played Dragon Ball FighterZ in a hot minute, what's the difference between Dragon Ball FighterZ and Marvel?
Marvel still has a chance, or DBFZ still has a chance of being updated for one.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel, Marvel is Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the game was should be unbalanced or anything like that, but there is a certain level of craziness that you expect with Marvel. So when Marvel 3 comes out, it's not necessary. The expectation isn't necessarily the same that it is for, especially a newer fighter that is out in the era of the hotfix, in the era of the patch. There is more of an expectation now that all the characters need to be balanced, especially in a game like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think also it was because she was so dominant in the how she was presented, and that was the expectation that was going to be it. We weren't sure if we were ever going to get more, another patch for DBFZ. So it felt like she was going to be left to be top one forever. And if you didn't pick her, you weren't trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, in Marvel, in the Marvel games, yes, there are characters who are very strong, but there's a group of characters who are very strong. It's a top tier versus a top tier of one.
Mm-hmm. So like Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, but without having to build 5 bars to get there.
True. And I think I was more heading towards the general changes as far as lots of loops, lots of crazy stuff, and that seems like that's what some people were upset about. However, it seems like it's a big change from how other seasons were, so I think it's just going to be an adjustment period for everybody. So big ups on that. Dragon Ball FighterZ with a big old patch and a big old changed game.
Do we expect to see another patch ever?
What did they say on Twitter? I remember seeing the tweet that it was patches out and we have more coming, I think. Or am I making that up?
Let me pull it up right here. We'd like to announce that the balance adjustment update patch 131 will be released sequentially from June 29th. Thank you for all your patience while we have been working on the adjustments. We hope you would wait just a little longer for the release. This was tweeted out before the patch went live. In this patch, we are adjusting the balance of all the characters. We hope that everyone will take this opportunity to try out not only the characters you are familiar with, but also those you have not used much until now. The entire Dragon Ball FighterZ team is committed to making the game more enjoyable for everyone. Thank you again for your continued support. No mention of anything there. You could maybe read from those last couple of lines that they're still paying attention. So never say never.
Yeah.
But
anything else about Dragon Ball before we move on? It is 9:15, Steve.
Oh, we got to get going because we still got a lot to talk about.
Yes, and we're going to talk about DNF Duel. I've been playing this game a lot. This game is really fun. It's very interesting, right? Because it feels like the game is very simple. As far as execution-wise, it doesn't feel like there's too much to it. But doing stuff is cool and it feels nice. So I've been having a lot of fun. I first started off with Vanguard, right? Because he has pokes that are full screen and it's pretty badass. But I started kind of not liking the game playing that way, and then all of a sudden I picked up Striker and it was whoa, this game's fun now. So it feels like there's a lot of character variety, even though it gets to a point where all the characters kind of start looking like Maximilian. But I've been having a good old time with the game. It's been a lot of fun. The matches feel good. The netcode feels pretty nice. The big issue is we're back, Steve. The dreaded 8.
Like the big winners this week are the people. You remember when Lupe Fiasco was selling those bootleg 8 frames of Thuggery shirts at Combo Breaker?
I do not remember that.
You can bust them out again. We have a new 8 frames of lag champion. So a Japanese account called Kimagre Gaming. They are someone who tests input lag for a bunch of different games. They tested out DNF Duel. Their findings were very, they came as a bit of a surprise to me. It didn't feel quite like this in my experience with it during the beta. But if we can take a look on the screen, or pull it up on the screen, the Steam version is the most responsive of the group. It is, on average, just over 2 frames of lag. When we talk about average, because your inputs are not necessarily linked to when the frame starts, you might hit the button at the beginning of the frame or at the end of the frame. So when you see 2.11, that means that it's going to be two frames for most of the time, but 11% of the time it will be 3. PS4 Pro was about 4. Most of the others are between 4 and 5, except for regular PS4 and PS5. PS5 on running 1080p, average frame lag of 5.95, so about 6 frames. And, in some places it could even be up to a little higher than that. PS4 regular 1080p, not PS4 Pro, but just regular PS4, just over 6 frames. And PS5, if you're running on 4K, over 7 frames of lag.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that, yes, about 7% of the time, you were dealing with 8 frames of thuggery there.
Mm-hmm. It's back, Steve.
It is back.
Now, Olsen brings up a good point about how because there's such a crazy difference between a PS4 Pro and a PS4 and a PS5, there is going to have to be some pretty... There we go. There's going to have to be some standardization across the board, and I don't think that'll be a problem necessarily for tournaments like EVO, for CEO, especially EVO, right? Because EVO, they mentioned that they're running everything on a PS4 Pro. They did the same thing for Combo Breaker. My assumption is they did that for CEO as well. But as we know, an assumption can make an ass out of you and a donkey. So, yeah, that's not good. I find it really interesting that, it feels like this specific topic was something that we've been talking about, but nobody has really checked a lot of games recently, just because the games we've been playing have not been out have been out for a while. Strive it excluded, of course. So it's interesting to see something like this come up again after a hot minute. And yeah, that's pretty rough. So everybody that's trying to play that in 4K on a PlayStation 5, get yourself back to the Street Fighter 5 era, will you? But yeah, that's really interesting. And I think the big frustration too is the fact that the newer system, the PlayStation 5, kind of has a lot more delay than some of the other stuff. So
yeah, especially since the new owners of EVO are basically Sony, or at least a company under that Sony has an investment in. So you got to believe that they're going to be pushing PS5s once inventory is able to catch up. Now Combo Breaker did run on PS4 Pros, thanks to an Evo sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to believe that they're going to be running on PS4 Pros, but I haven't seen anything 100% that confirms it as of yet.
Yeah.
I may be missing it, but
yeah, it's frustrating, man. You'd figure that would be. I mean, honestly, thinking about this now, I feel like to a person who's not playing competitive, right? To regular old Johnny Donuts, not the one that won Def Jam. No, that's Joey Bag of Donuts. I'm sorry. Regular Johnny Donuts, though. They're not concerned about input delay, right? Like, they'll play on their big screen TVs with, like, 30 seconds of delay, and they'll still have a great time. It seems to bother us a lot, but in the great grand scheme of things, I don't think that's something they're partially or they're mostly worried about. Maybe there'll be a fix for it. Maybe there won't. What is interesting to me is the PS5. The whole thing with PS5 is it's fast, right? The whole structure of the PS5 is meant to load information faster. Yet the delay of to the controller is pretty bad. So interesting stuff here. Frustratingly interesting. I guess this is one of those things where we'll see. Maybe it's one of those things where people haven't figured out how to optimize on the PlayStation 5 yet. Maybe the PS5 hardware is bad. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's one of those things where we just have to hope that it improves soon.
fingers crossed. Hopefully it's something that will be addressed quickly because you hate to see something like this derail the momentum that a game has in tournaments, because people are really enjoying the people who are getting their hands on their game really enjoying it thus far.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I enjoyed it during the beta. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to pick it up because I got to move in like a month and a half, and then right after that,
Daddy-o time.
It's Daddy-o time.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a while before I actually get to sink my teeth into this one, but
yeah,
I really hope that it gets addressed by then.
Yeah, I mean, look, I've been playing on Steam and I've been having a grand old time. Yeah, it's a fun game. I didn't think I was gonna have a lot of fun with it, specifically with all of the like the simpler mechanics, right? But I've been having a good time. It's been a lot of fun. The crazy thing is, balance-wise, it's a little bit iffy, right? Like some people have found some infinites, specifically with a character named the Crusader. And there's also like a couple of other like really weird bugs. Like I think Striker, if she dive kicks a certain way, she can just mash jab, and it looks like the Gen Infinite from Street Fighter 4, where she just like starts jabbing away.
Foot dive.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, as far as balance-wise, I'm sure they're like, as with any ArcSys game, I'm sure they'll be looking into that. Or maybe they won't. Who knows? But the game's really fun. So big ups to them on the release. Hopefully all the issues get sorted out sooner rather than later, so we can keep enjoying. Any final thoughts on DNF?
Just to give credit to Blue in the chat, who helps run Anime FGC News. He did find the tweet from Rick Dyer. That does confirm that Evo is going to be running on PS4 Pros. So good to know.
Nice. Now, Steve, we have to do the quickest of hits because we have 3 minutes. So, first, I just want to say this. Rumbleverse comes back on the 8th. That's next Friday. It's a week from tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be streaming. I've been trying to stream DNF Duel. I haven't gotten around to it. I'm so sorry. Work's been crazy. Hopefully, I'll get some this weekend. Keep tabs on the Best of 5 Twitter, and I'll tweet out when I'm streaming. But yeah, Rumbleverse is coming back. Ton of Prime, I'm coming for you. Tupperware, coming for you again. See you on the Capital City. What's next, Steve? I forget.
the Street Fighter League, the Japanese Street Fighter League, had their draft over the weekend. So the teams that are competing have switched up a little bit. So the one of the big takeaways is that the Japanese League has a non-Japanese player for the first time ever. Gunfight got drafted. He is a part of, let me pull it back up. So Gunfight is part of Team, where'd he go? Team Hiroshima, Team IXA, along with Crusher, Inama, and Storm Kubo.
Ooh, Storm Kubo. That's a name I haven't heard in a hot minute.
That is actually the new team in the league, replacing Mildom Beast.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there's that.
Lastly,
And then, yeah, there's a tournament.
Steve, this is up your alley. You do it.
What is the coolest venue you've ever been in for a tournament?
I think one of the so Space City. What was it called? It was not Space Town Beatdown. Space City Beatdown. The Houston tournaments that used to be part of the Red Bull Proving Grounds were running an art gallery. So we got to look at some pretty nifty art while we were mashing away. I think that's the coolest venue I've been in so far. How about you, Steve?
We had one of the Red Bull Proving Grounds in. Basically, we have this old Union Depot, like this train station, which has this big area. That was pretty cool. Have you ever had a tournament in a cave?
Nope.
We're going to have a tournament in the cave. Earlier today, Red Bull announced Red Bull The Pit. This is a team tournament, a 3v3 Tekken 7 team tournament for 32 teams that is going to be taking place in St. Paul on July 16th. The big thing with this is not necessarily the city, but the venue within the city. This is going to be in the Wabasha Street Caves. And when I say caves, I mean this is actually caves right off the bank of the Mississippi River. These caves were used as like a speakeasy back in the Prohibition days. It was used as a club. It's been used as a place to age cheese, even.
Interesting.
It shut down for a while. They closed it to visitors. They've reopened it. There's a space for, like, you can have your wedding down there. You can have a concert, like a little concert down there. If you want to play Tekken in a cave, this is your opportunity. They did also announce that Cuddlecore, Anakin, and Arslan Ash are going to be in attendance.
So, Steve, I found so the caves were used for mob stuff. Like, it was used to peddle liquor during Prohibition. It was used to smuggle stuff and do all sorts of crazy organized crimey things. We have a picture, Steve. I found this picture. This is an old restored picture of what these caves actually looked like in the 1920s. You ready to see this?
Yeah.
This is totally what it looked like in the 1920s, Steve.
So yeah, that's part of the area that they've dressed up a bit. But yeah, this is real cave.
Yeah, underground. You think they're going to be able to stream from down there?
Oh,
is the signal going to be
man.
bad? Who knows? You know what I do know, Steve? I do know that we've reached the end of everything for today.
The end of everything for today. Okay.
Yes. So that has been our episode of Best of 5. Steve, any final words before we have to do the thing? Not your actual sign off yet, but any final words before we split?
I'm going to a tournament in a cave. Life is good.
Nice. Thank you everybody for watching. My name's Elon. This was Best of 5. Thank you so much everybody for joining, for hanging out, for doing all the fun stuff. We'll catch you in the next one next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks. Say the thing, Steve.
Good night, Canada.